way of life, isn't it? Snooping at work, snooping at home. You've just become the arch-snooper of Relly. Where's the man I married?
What do you bloody well think?
I've got news for you, sweetheart. The man I married was ambitious, pushing for the top. You, my lamb, are the poor sop who got passed over. Oh, Jack's given you chance after chance to make something of yourself. And what do you do? Nothing. No, you're hooked on snooping. You're a snooperholic. Suppose you'll say you're doing an honourable job of work.
Yes.
Says a dustman doesn't mean I want to be married to one.
You prefer to handle your own dirt?
Oh, Tom, let's not
around half naked
He was
in the middle
giving
of
me
the
a
afternoon with that idiot.
massage.
I'll tell that to the Marines.
Well, I'm telling it to the customs, aren't I? If I want to invite a man back to my house every afternoon, I will. And you can come home all wounded and plain baby bear who's been sleeping in my bed, and I don't give a raspberry. Because who paid for the bed? Oh, getting rough, are we? Say something! Oh, God. Well, we obviously can't go on. It's bad for the kids. I'll get Connie to sort out a few things and we can go stay with Jack and Helen for a day or two. Jack's solicitor should be able to sort out some sort of separation. Be best.
You're not fit to bring up kids.
We'll let the solicitors sort that out, shall we? And you can find yourself somewhere in town. You should be able to manage that.
House Prince.
He's much quieter, but he's not himself.
Just a touch of distemper, I expect.
He's been acting strange all day. I thought he was going to go for me at one point.
But not their trusting princes, eh?
No, you wouldn't harm your Beattie, would you, eh?
Well, we'll soon be home now. I've got the engine to rights at last. The bloke in the boatyard was very helpful, you know.
He ought to be seen by a vet.
Well, he will be when we get him home.
Yeah, but that's 3 days. He ought to be seen by a vet now.
A vet here's going to ask questions, isn't he? We'll wait till we're near home, go upstream, drop him off, no one any the wiser. Old Jock Nicholson will soon have him back on his feet again.
It's too long to wait, Dad.
Well, he should have thought of that before, shouldn't he?
I didn't know he was going to get poorly.
That dog should have gone into kennels.
You know he can't stand
A
kennels.
boat is no place for a dog, Beattie.
Break his heart.
Well, 2 weeks in kennels is better than 6 months in quarantine. That'll break all our bloody hearts, I should think. Have you any idea how much that's going to cost me? Hey? Well, I'll tell you. About £2,000, that's what. That's not counting the fine. Say another 1,000. Down payment on a yacht of my own, that. I love a yacht of my own, you know. It's not the same on other people's boats.
Well, what about Mum's insurance money?
Well, I spent it on this holiday, haven't I?
Yeah, spent it on this flaming boat.
Well, I thought it would do us good. I thought it would take our minds off things. I thought she would have wanted it. No. See, the only thing you care about is that bloody dog.
Yeah, 'cause he loves me. Go on. You can't say it, can you? That's 'cause you don't, that's why.
Grosses? What do they mean, grosses? The whole ruddy book's about grasses. That's getting on my nerves a bit, Nigel.
Should you be doing that in the firm's time? Sorry.
I don't reckon to have to explain myself to you, Nigel, but as it happens, I went off duty half an hour ago.
Sorry. Take no notice.
Do you want to talk about it?
No. No, thanks.
Would you both come into my office a moment, please? Oh, I don't know. Close the door, would you? Right. Sorry to interrupt what you were doing, but I've got some rather bad news. Chris Lucas has been killed.
My God.
I wanted you to know as soon as possible. Alyson wants to carry on. I've said she can take off as much time as she wants, but what she really needs is activity, something to occupy her mind. We must all do what we can to help. She wouldn't want us to make a fuss. Right, gentlemen, thank you. I'm sorry, sir, but how did it happen? Car smash. He was chasing a contact. Oh, my God. They had to cut him out.
Do we know who it was?
Not yet. It's drugs. The word is they could be operating from here.
I see. Thank you, sir.
Hey! Good morning! Would you like a drink?
No, thanks. It's a bit early for me.
Go on.
Hey, kids, come on out of there. Come on, get out of there. Come on, Alyson, come on, get upstairs. We've got nowhere to call our own, have we? How long is this going to go on?
Family life, darling, don't you remember?
Oh, I've done my stint. I thought grandparents were supposed to have the fun without the bother.
Well, it's only until Tom gets himself somewhere in town.
Park bench, I should think, on his salary. Why is the man such a fool?
Well, I don't think he's a fool exactly, darling. Just ridiculously honest.
He's a fool in my book.
I thought it was his honesty you wanted him for.
We'd have made a good team. He doesn't see it that way. Where's our darling daughter?
Still in bed, I think. She's had a fairly traumatic experience.
You say Tom was actually going to attack her physically?
Apparently.
That's not like Tom.
He must have been goaded.
Our little Sue?
Don't you know your own daughter, Jack?
Oh, she's always had spirit.
I think there's more behind it.
Eh?
I think someone's egging her on.
Who?
Isn't it obvious?
No.
Your friend, Charles Thieron.
Never.
Raise the blinkers, Jack. We're always throwing them together.
I tell you one thing, now, I'm not having a divorce in the family. I'll cut her off without a shilling.
Perhaps you should have made that clear.
Not having any muck sticking around the Langley name. Bad for business.
Then why don't you tell our froggy friend to call off the heat? He rings her all hours, asks her out. Can only lead one way.
You tell it. Ours is a business partnership. I'm not messing it up with family. You tell him.
Well, what sort of partnership am I supposed to have with him?
Well, that's up to you, isn't it? Family business, you tell him.
Who's that?
Sue.
Oh.
Well, it's all happening today, isn't it?
What?
It's over. She walked out on me.
I don't believe it.
Well, actually, she's kicking me out. I don't own a thing up there except my clothes, and probably not all of those.
She'll be back, Tom.
No, not this time. Where's the kids I'm worried about?
Are you sure you're not exaggerating?
Well, probably. I think all I need is a good psychiatrist, huh?
Try me. Come on, Tom.
Well, it seems even more futile in the face of...
Yes.
Well, anyway. We've been having row after row, and then yesterday I came across this old picture. God knows what went wrong.
Yeah. Can I call you back? Okay. Anyway, you found this picture.
Yeah, I came across this old picture, and, I got straight in the car, reconciliation, arms around her. Let's try again. Usually it works. Not this time. I surprised her.
Of course.
Yeah, no. I surprised her at it.
Hey?
She wasn't alone. She had her top off.
So tacky. Do I know him? I'll throttle him.
Yes, you know him all right, but it's hardly worth the exercise. She was just using him.
Who?
Friend Nigel.
Nigel? But he's... I mean, he's only half-fledged. He's got fluff all over him.
Well, obviously she likes him that way.
I'll have his guts.
Oh, what's the use, Carl? It's not his fault. Come on, forget it.
You go on as much as you like, old chum. Lean on Uncle Calvin.
You're quiet. What's the matter?
Tom's told me.
Cal, it was nothing, honestly. Look, I was just giving her a massage. Honestly, Cal.
You are talking, my son, to an expert line thrower. The difference is I don't throw them to other people's ladies.
Neither do I.
Come on, son, you've been phoning around Sue like a Spanish waiter. We're not all blind and daft.
Well, I'm very fond of Sue.
But she's not yours, matey. She's not yours.
You don't have to rub it in.
And now she's not Tom's either.
What do you mean?
They've broken up.
Oh, my God.
I'd like to sock you into the middle of next week.
Are you bloody mad going out in weather like this? What have you done with the dog? Hey, Beattie, what have you done with the dog? I've been waiting 2 bloody hours for you. What have you done with Prince? I want to know. Now then, what have you done with the dog? Answer me when I'm talking to you. What have you done with the dog? If you've taken him to a vet, I've got to know.
I've lost him. I've been shouting for hours. I can't sleep.
What do you mean you've lost him?
And it's all your fault.
Hello.
I've come to apologise.
What for?
Seem to have caused a bit of trouble.
Wasn't you, Nigel.
Well, I feel responsible.
You're only giving me a massage.
Yes, I was. But it must have looked to Tom as if he
Who
would...
cares? Tom would suspect his own mother.
Actually, I suppose it wasn't entirely innocent, really.
Nigel, you amaze me.
If Tom hadn't come in... You're very attractive, Sue.
Oh, thank you, kind sir.
And I've always... Well, you know.
You're sweet.
But that doesn't mean that I had any
Don't
right to...
spoil it, Nigel.
I'm sure you didn't mean to. But you placed me in rather a false position.
Oh?
I have to work with Tom and the others.
What's it got to do with the others?
No. Well, we're a pretty close-knit group, and
Like the Boy Scouts?
I seem to be wasting my time.
Wasting somebody's.
I just thought, well, hoped, that we might be frank with one
Well,
another.
there's nothing to be frank about, is there, Nigel? It was all quite innocent, wasn't it?
If you say so. My apology still stands.
Well, you better try it out on Tom. He enjoys that sort of thing.
Yes. I probably shall.
There's no use going on like this. I've got to keep calm and decide what to do.
I want Prince back. We must go to the police.
Oh, aye. And what do we tell them, eh?
We tell them the truth, and then they'll look for him and find him.
But supposing it isn't distemper? Supposing it's rabies?
Rabies?
What were his symptoms?
Well, he was dribbling a bit and acting funny.
Now then, in animals, the first sign of rabies is usually a change of behaviour. A friendly pet may become aggressive or hide in a corner.
Well, he hasn't.
Or will run long distances, greatly excited, biting at anything in its path.
It's not a bit like that.
Well, how do we know what he's doing? Rabies attacks the central nervous system, causing paralysis and convulsions. And in man is invariably fatal.
Prince won't bite anyone.
Well, he wouldn't be himself, would he, if he had rabies?
Well, he hasn't. Look, come on, we must go to the police.
Must we? Well, listen to this bit. You listening? Penalties for smuggling. For illegally landing animals, up to 1 year's imprisonment and fines of up to £1,000.
Yeah, but we haven't been smuggling, have we? It's our dog.
Remember that any animal coming from abroad, or any... This is the bit, now listen to this. Or any animal that has been taken abroad, even for a few hours, could bring rabies into Britain if the quarantine regulations are not obeyed.
What do you suggest we do, then?
I don't know. What do you?
I want Prince back.
Do you want me to go to prison? Eh?
Coming in.
In a minute.
Look, I know it sounds stupid, but, it can only get better.
Good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon.
I've been waiting for 2 hours with my little yellow flag flying, so now I come to give myself up.
I'm sorry, madam. I'll take some details now.
Thank you, Mr. Tomlin. I'll handle this one. Good afternoon. Have you any goods to declare?
All filled in here correctly?
You're a bit over the odds, aren't you?
I can pay for what I need.
You certainly need a lot of brandy.
I like to celebrate.
Don't we all?
If I have a good run or if it is just good sunset, I celebrate, yeah?
You've come far. Stockholm, eh?
For me, this is not so far.
What do you sail?
A Maxi 95. Ah, I see you are also a sailor.
In a small way. Do you race?
I used to.
You win?
In the Ulster in 1982, I was 4th in my class. And one day I was just cruising around the Pacific and I think, this is nice. Why race?
There are racing people and cruising people.
Now I am a cruising person. But you are not making the addition.
I don't often get the chance to talk real sailing, sorry.
You have strict rules about landing animals in England, yeah?
Very strict.
In France, they are not so strict.
Island fortress here, 6 months quarantine. What have you got?
Not me. These people. I am worried. This man and his daughter. So quiet, so British. They have an Alsatian.
Here?
Yeah. In Boulogne, I meet them. We are birthed side by side. Hello, good morning, how do you do? Nice day. And then again here, we are birthed side by side. And this morning, I saw the girl take the dog ashore, very secretly. And later on this afternoon, she returns without the dog. And she's crying. I think there is something wrong with the dog.
Where are they now?
In the harbour. Do you want me to show you?
Southwesterly 6 to gale 8, occasionally severe gale 9, rain, then showers. Moderate or poor, becoming good. Plymouth, southwest...
Well, we can't put out now. Weather's changing all the time. That means I shall have to go to customs. It's a bit of trouble, that. I reckon I'll have to tell them, you know. What are you doing?
Destroying the evidence. If customs come round, we don't have any dogs, see?
You can't do that.
I don't want you going to prison. Now, come on, give us an hand, quick.
This is dreadful, Bee.
Where is good to eat here?
Well, there are some seafood joints around the harbour, but I think most of it comes in containers from London.
I miss, in Sweden, you know, we have the smorgasbord, the cold table. You can eat and come back for more. I have a really big appetite.
You should try plain English cooking.
English cooking is very plain, yeah?
Depends who cooks it, and the wine you drink with it.
Wine is not English.
That's not true. English wine's taken very seriously.
Really? So you must educate me.
I'd like to.
Tonight, then. I invite myself. You have a wife or something?
No, not at the moment.
Good. Tonight, then. You tell me where to come.
Cheer up, old son. No use going about like a leper. Here. Have a look at that.
What is it?
My contract with the University Press. I keep taking it out and touching it to make sure it's real. Translation rights, 1% of this, 2% of that. I mean, it's all so blessedly certain, isn't it? Fantastic. I'm afraid I'm becoming a bore.
No.
Just can't keep it to myself. Don't take it too hard, Nigel. If you want my opinion, which you probably don't, she isn't worth it.
I thought Calvin was supposed to be the authority on romance in this office.
Cal? He's had so much, he's inoculated against it.
Afternoon! Mind if I come aboard?
What for?
We're following up a report.
All right. Can you manage?
Thank you.
Come below.
I think you didn't report to customs, sir.
No, I was just about to complete my 1328. Didn't think to be staying so long, you see.
Very nice. Yours?
No, she's a charter.
Been sailing long?
Nearly all my life. Just at weekends, you know.
Expensive business sailing.
Aye.
Your daughter?
Oh, sorry, yes, Beattie.
Hello.
I believe you have a dog on board, sir.
Dog? No, there's no dog here.
Where have you come from, sir?
From France.
Boulogne, I think.
As it happens, we sailed from Boulogne, yes.
When was that?
Oh.
Last Thursday.
I can see the young lady keeps the log. Now, what about this dog, sir?
What dog?
The Alsatian. Your daughter was seen taking him ashore in the dinghy.
Who by?
A witness.
Well, they must have been mistaken.
Oh, I think I can get a sworn statement. When did you get in?
Last night.
What time?
Oh, I don't know. It was late. We had a bit of engine trouble, you see.
Why didn't you report to customs?
Well, I told you I was going to, but, no, the weather changed.
Why was the dog taken ashore, sir?
What dog are you talking about?
The dog was seen to be in poor health.
It's not ours.
Can I remind you, sir, that the penalties for giving false information to customs are quite as heavy as those for any other offences you may or may not have committed?
What sort of penalties?
For giving false information to customs, miss? Could be a heavy fine, possibly a prison sentence.
It's my dog. It's not his.
Bloody hell.
Thank you, miss. Now, perhaps we can all go back to Custom House and talk some sense, eh?
So you landed the dog early this afternoon?
Yeah.
Where?
It's up over.
Where?
Along by Jackson's Yard, I think, sir. It's pretty deserted there.
Right, get on to the police. They'll inform the local authority.
Right, sir.
And get Nigel to ring the divisional vet.
Yes, sir. Nigel, get off the divisional vet right away.
You okay? I just wanted to say how sorry I am.
You heard about this dog business? Why don't they read the warnings? They must think we make those rules up for fun. Landing animals as though they were cuddly toys. They've got no idea.
This is the place.
Which way did he go?
Up that way.
He's probably headed for the road. We'll drive up.
I thought the sergeant was very polite, considering.
Oh, I expect they'll find him. Can't have gone far.
She loves that animal. I expect you think I've been a bloody fool, eh? Well, you'd be right.
Which direction do you think he could have taken?
Don't remember.
Think!
I just told you I don't remember.
You must try.
Reading to 4463.
4463 receiving.
Large dog fitting description spotted in Queen's Lane. Seen heading towards Gravely Street.
We'll investigate. 4463 out.
Think he's ours?
Could be. Quite a way inland.
Could he have got that far?
He can run like the wind.
Just our luck.
It's as good a chance as any.
We could try it and come back.
Right.
Any luck?
Afraid not. They want to start again early tomorrow. They've put out a general alert on the police radio network.
What happens now?
Well, the sergeant says you can stay on your boat overnight. But you, sir, will have to attend the magistrate's court tomorrow morning at 11. And the police car will be on the quayside to pick up Miss Haycock at 7. I really would advise you both to be there.
Don't worry, we will.
What about lobster? Fine. It's aphrodisiac, isn't it?
2 lobsters. And then perhaps a filet steak. Rare.
Yes, please.
Potato sauté.
A few.
Little wine. I think a Chablis with lobster, don't you?
You're the expert.
Number 22. And with the filet steak, number 11. And draw the cork at once, please. You know, wines for me are like the places they come from, each different. When I drink a rough red from the Midi, I feel already at home in Marseille.
Yes. I've just had the police on, sir. The dog's turned up.
Where?
Out at Millsbury.
Any problems?
Bitter teenager.
Dog's still loose?
Now the police have got him. He's in the compound. The divisional vet will examine him in the morning. They want to keep it low-key. No media.
Better let those poor devils know.
Do you want me to do it, sir?
Hmm?
Stop.
No. I can do with a stretch. How bad's the weather?
Dreadful, sir.
No point taking the launch out. I'll call them on ship to ship from the harbour. Oh, and tell Calvin the search is off.
Yes, sir.
What do you make of the wine, then?
Nice. A hock.
An English Reichensteiner from the Sussex Downs.
I learn something new every day. So, you live here all alone?
Like a hermit. Excuse me, the call to prayers. Calvin Sampson. Thank God for that. Oh, bad. Right, thanks.
Good news and bad.
They've found the dog, but he's bitten someone. The best news is I don't have to be on the quayside at 7.
Just that Jack's a little worried. He thinks Tom and Sue are heading for a divorce. You know what Jack's like about family. Hates anything untidy.
Are you telling me to stop chasing Sue?
Yes.
Am I so obvious?
Yes.
You are wrong. No, Sue is attractive, but she's a child. I'm just playing with her like with a puppy. Nothing serious.
I'm asking you to cool it.
Then I cool it. You have only to say it just like magicien.
Magician.
Magician.
Thanks.
You know, I play with the daughter, perhaps because of the mother, she's out of my reach. What man would go for the copy when he could have the real thing?
Charles, you say the nicest things.
I used to crew yachts out of Bridgetown.
The Caribbean is nice. Plenty of breeze. But best of all is the Pacific. So vast. You can go for days without seeing any sail but your own.
A bit lonely.
No. When you enjoy to be alone is when you grow up to be a sailor.
I think I'm probably doomed to adolescence. More brandy?
Perhaps just one more. Then bed, yeah? Oh, I also enjoy company.
Yes, sure. You're right. A motor car is not very romantic for mature people. Let's go home to my place.
My place.
Your place?
I mean, just take me home, please.
I don't understand.
I'm sorry, Charles.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yacht Niku. This is Whiskey Lima. Are you receiving me? Over.
Whiskey Lima, Yacht Niku, over.
This is Surveyor, Relling Customs. We found the dog. Repeat, we found the dog.
Well, how is he?
Over.
Ask him how he is.
How is he? Over.
Can't possibly know yet. Takes up to 2 months for rabies to develop. But I'm afraid he's bitten a youngster. The dog's in the isolation unit now, so there'll be no need for your daughter to come ashore early. I'm afraid you'll be facing an additional charge, allowing a dangerous dog to be at large. We shall expect you, Mr. Haycock, at Custom House about 10:30. Then the officer whose witness can take you to the magistrate's court. Over. Please acknowledge. Over.
Thank you, Whiskey Lima. Out.
I'm sorry, Dad. Sorry to call so early. I couldn't sleep.
Oh, that's okay. It's okay. Come in. Would you like some coffee?
Oh, thanks. Seem to be living on it at the moment.
They found the Alsatian.
Oh, thank God.
Not before he bitten a teenager. We must just hope that there's nothing seriously the matter with him. Do sit down.
No, thanks. Harry, I want to ask you a favour.
Ask away.
Well, several favours.
The more the better.
The funeral, there's an awful lot of arranging, and I wondered if...
Forget about it. I was going to offer to do it anyway.
Thanks. Seem to make dying more complicated every day.
I'll see to it.
Then there's what to do with his flat.
Do you own it?
Long lease.
Is it any use to you or the parents? Then we put it in the hands of 1 or 2 estate agents. Should go quickly in an area like that. Who gets the money?
Oh, his parents, I'd want them to.
Well, there shouldn't be any difficulty about that. Did he have a solicitor?
Not a regular one, as far as I know.
Well, it doesn't matter. We can use mine.
I really despise myself playing the helpless female.
Don't. Sex has got nothing to do with it. The male is just as helpless in this situation, believe me. That's when you find out if you've got any friends.
There's one more thing. Some of the better furniture, we were planning on using it. I haven't any room at the cottage and his parents won't want it.
You're offering to set me up in style.
Would you mind?
Well, I'd hate to be the one to profit from,
Oh, it's an ill wind. He'd have approved, Harry. He liked you a lot. And respected you. I respect you. Like you a lot. Don't worry about the coffee, thanks.
Are you busy, Tom?
I've been wanting to apologize. What happened the other day? I just want you to know that I'm very sorry. I've made my apologies to Sue.
You shouldn't have bothered. Look, Nigel, I know Sue well enough. She used you. Just hope you've learned your lesson. But I appreciate the gesture.
I wouldn't have done
Are there any
anything.
more expense forms in the long room?
Yes, I expect so. I'll get some.
Right, well, you sit down. I'll see if there's anybody about.
Well, ask them if we can see Prince.
I'll do my best.
He's probably dying
Beattie,
of
love,
fright.
I'll do my best. Let's take things bit by bit, shall we?
Ah, with you in a minute, Mr. Haycock.
Right.
Mr. Sampson will accompany you to court as he's the witness.
Right.
Would you like to wait here while your father goes to court?
Oh, no, I'm going with him.
Well, I think you'd be better off here.
Yes, I think you better stay, love.
You haven't asked about Prince.
sure he'll be all right.
Right then, we ready, Mr. Haycock?
Would you like to come in here? Cup of tea?
Up to Butlin at the mustard.
You said nothing yesterday.
Well, that's what whims are, aren't they, Sue? They come on suddenly and you have to give in.
Are you trying to tell me something?
I don't think there's much I can tell you about Whim.
What did Jack say?
Marbella, do you good. Wish I could come.
Oh, it seems funny to me.
Well, no doubt other people's whims often do.
You're getting at me, aren't you?
No, darling. I'm going on a much-needed holiday. Goodbye, darling.
Everything all right? Father gone to court? Want a cup of tea? I could send out for a Coke. Alyson, do you have a moment, please? Could you pop out for a Coke? You might get off with a fine. Depends who's sitting.
Can I see my dog?
No.
Even if he's not ill?
Quarantine for 6 months.
But why if he's all right?
Because there's a risk that he might not be, and because that's the law.
My dad can't afford 6 months quarantine.
Well, that's something you should have thought about before you broke the law.
Broke the law? Listen to you. You just sit there as if this is just another job. Prince is all I've got.
I'm not going to preach to you. Rabies kills. It's as simple as that. And if you think that's unfair, that's up to you. Why did you say Prince was all you've got?
Because he is.
What about your father?
Oh, he doesn't understand.
What?
He doesn't understand.
You give him a chance?
Look, what do you want me to say? That it's my fault? Well, it is. He didn't want to bring Prince. He wanted him to stay in kennels.
Well, the only way you'll get him back now is after he spends 6 months in quarantine. And that's assuming he doesn't have rabies, which is worse. Maybe your dad had a point.
You got kids?
Nope. No, I haven't.
Well, you're not missing anything.
That's what your father would say.
No.
You got any brothers and sisters? Good mates at school?
I don't need them.
Oh, independent, eh?
I've got Prince.
It's not enough.
Pets don't let you down. They just love you. And they don't ask questions all the time.
But it's not enough, is it? Really?
Do you always stare at people?
Caines was right about that restaurant.
The one where you did the test eat?
Yeah, I just been with VAT. They've been cooking the books.
Is he still with that girl?
Yep. I don't know how he's got the patience to cope with her. I'd have wrung her bloody neck by now.
Bit of a loner, aren't you?
Don't bother me.
That's why I try to kid myself. It's not easy talking about it, is it?
What, Prince?
Loneliness.
Haven't you got any work to do?
We feel ashamed of it.
Are you lonely then?
Yes.
My mum died 6 months ago.
I'm sorry.
My dad's been a bit weird, you know.
I'm not surprised.
Your mum dead?
No, no, she's not. But there are others who... were others...
Yeah, you clam up, don't you?
We've got to snap out of it.
Yeah.
Talk to people, not take refuge in pets. Or work.
Don't see you doing much work.
Talking to you, aren't I?
Yeah.
Could have been worse. £400 fine's not too bad in the circumstances.
I've made a right fool of myself, haven't I? Have you got any kids?
Me? No.
We just have the one. I don't know. You try to bring them up properly and then something like this happens. They grow up so fast too. I mean, 1 minute it's dollies, next minute it's discos. She took it very badly when her mother died, you see. Very close. That's why I took her on this stupid sailing holiday. I thought it might take her out of herself a bit, you know. Can't seem to get it right whatever I do. Women, eh?
She's only 15.
That's what I thought.
Customs and Excise? Right. Thanks. Police. The dog's being checked by the divisional vet.
If you hold on, I'll give you a lift back to the boat.
Oh, thank you.
I shan't be long.
Right. All right, love.
Fine. Are you?
Still alive.
Fine £400.
Wasn't this his lucky day? You running them back to the yacht?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Just come to say thank you, and we're off.
Dog's in the isolation unit. The police have the details.
Right. Do we have to sign anything?
No?
That man in the corridor. He your boss?
Yes?
Funny boss.
Right. Well, we'll be off then.
He happens to be very good at his job.
Ready for that lift, Mr. Haycock?
Thank you.